Okay, I can see that meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Hello there, how's everyone doing? If you're right now on my Facebook, I'd love for you to say a hello on my comment below, just to let me know that you're here. And I would love to share with you something that is very fascinating, and that is the topic cognitive dissonance. And this has been something that I've actually been doing quite a bit of reading and research recently. And of course, while I was doing psychology degree, that was one thing that I think I've heard of, but haven't actually been learning to apply it in real life. But now that I'm a weight management coach, and I can see there is actually quite a lot of relationships between these two things in terms of cognitive dissonance as well as weight management. So that's why I thought I might just take some time today to share with you about this concept. So cognitive dissonance is actually something, that is very popular in social psychology, that refers to a situation involving conflicting attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors. So this produces a feeling of discomfort, leading to a change in one of the attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors to reduce that discomfort or restore balance. And this happens because, our beliefs influence our actions. Now, attitudes generally shape our behaviors. People strive for consistency and harmony between their attitudes and behaviors. So for those of you who are watching right now live, or maybe at the replay, perhaps you can just think of an incident where you do something, but then you know that what you're doing might not be right, and you still do it, and it causes some kind of discomfort. Any experience of that? Well, we actually sense feeling of discomfort when we have this kind of contradictions in our attitudes and behaviors. And this feeling of discomfort can lead to change in one of our attitudes and one of our beliefs and even our behaviors. And the reason we change this thinking is kind of like, a protective mechanism, or in psychology, it's called defensive mechanism. And one of our beliefs and even our behaviors can then be sort of more consistent in a way. So one of the examples that I always see is while I'm doing, wellness and weight management coaching, is that there is actually a cognitive dissonance in the eyes of, let's say, an example of a person who wants to be healthy and lose weight, and that person always loves eating junk food, processed food or engineered food. But at the same time, that person also thinks that, eating this kind of food will cause them to gain weight, and have this attitude that junk food leads to them being unhealthy or gain weight, right? So now their behavior is eating junk food, but their attitude is that junk food leads to weight gain. How many of you that's watching this live have ever experienced that? That that you want to lose weight and be healthy, but you still keep on eating junk food? Well, can you see that there is a contradiction there, and there is an inconsistency? And so this is what dissonance is. And these are essentially contradictions. So, and we don't like contradictions generally, and because we like balance and harmony. And so when we have these contradictions, we may do some things in order to change the discomfort into something that gives us more harmony and balance. So there are three things that can happen. So let me just give you some example. The first of these is that we may try to modify one of our thinkings. So in this example of the junk food eater, they may say, well, I really don't eat junk food that much. So there is a little bit of a change there in order to reduce their discomfort. So that person has in their attitude and their behavior. So that's the first way that people try to, cope with this dissonance. The second thing is that they might try and trivialize it, which means to making it less important. So they may change the importance of their thinking or trivialize it by saying something like, oh, you know, the evidence is weak that junk food causes weight gain. Have you ever heard of people say that, or have you actually said that to yourself? So remember, their original thinking was junk food leads to weight gain or unhealthiness. Now they are saying, by trivializing it, that the evidence is weak that junk food causes weight gain. So do you see how there is a little bit of a change there as well? Then number 3 is that, you know, this contradiction can be modified or reduced by adding more extra thinkings. So another way that we can make our thinking or the contradictions less uncomfortable is by saying something like, oh, I exercise so much that it really doesn't matter that I eat junk food. Have you ever said that or heard of someone who've said that? Well, that is also another way to deal with it. So the first was, I eat junk food. The second was, junk food leads to weight gain. And now we're slightly modifying both of these by adding another thinking, by saying that I exercise so much that it doesn't even matter that I eat junk food. So that is really some of the ways, you know, that people actually try to deal with cognitive dissonance. There is actually more of the underlying objection than anything else. So if we can educate, inform, and work on our mindset, then things will fall into place. So that's why whether you're wanting to, you know, be healthy or to lose weight, you know, working on your mindset is really important. It's not only just about, you know, eating healthy or exercising. So that's why, for more information on how you can reach your wellness and weight goals without experiencing cognitive dissonance or fooling yourself, I actually want to encourage you through education. I have a transitions lifestyle system weight management solution with education that can help you work on your mindset, of course, as well as, you know, we always talk about the different pillars to reach that as well. So if you're interested in learning more, please contact me and I'll be more than happy to support you that way. So until next time.